We're doing some polygel nails from start to finish with some detailed fall-inspired nail art, so let's get started. Hey, it's Vic. We're getting right into my updated prep routine, starting with pushing back my cuticles and scraping up any dead skin on the nail plate. To get around my cuticle, I'm using this small barrel diamond dust drill bit. It's been my favorite lately because it's a fine grit and the shape is just so perfect for getting around my cuticle. And you're going to see me dusting very frequently throughout these clips because I've learned that being dust free has helped with my retention, so I dust in between each step. Now I'm using a 240 sanding band to rough up the natural nail, remove the shine. Now I'm sizing out my tips. I know it fits well when it reaches both of my sidewalls, and I use some KDS glue to apply. I am using some no curve XL square tips. They've been my favorite lately. And now I'm just blending in the tip to my nail, removing the shine from the tip, and smoothing out those corners that don't always lay flat. I'm going for a medium almond look, so I have 3 magnets on my tip cutters. I cut the excess length, and then I go in with some regular just curved nail clippers, and these create that almond shape for me. I just cut the corners, and when I file, I angle my file up, and that smooths out the sharp corners even more. I just go along the edges to perfect the shape. So guys, I don't make the rules, but brushing before priming is a non-negotiable, especially if you want your nails to last long. So after I do that, I dehydrate and prime the natural nails. And then I base coat the entire nail. I of course do this to all of my nails and cure it, and then we are ready for polygel. For application, I'm doing my 1 bead method, which is to apply the bead in the apex area, then work on the outer edges of the bead and leave the thickness in the center for a strong apex. So I lightly pat the polygel to spread it out from sidewall to sidewall nice and evenly. Then on the bottom edge of the bead, I drag it down close to the cuticle and I pat it into place to thin it out as it gets closer. And I do the same thing for the top edge of the bead, dragging product up to the tip, thinning it out slightly as it gets to the edge, making sure the polygel follows that almond shape that I created. I like to check the sides and make sure that they're smooth and there's no see-through areas. And then before I cure, I clean everything up, making sure nothing's touching my skin. Here is a side profile. By the way, I'm using a Makartt polygel in the shade French Press. The application for this set is super simple. We're just doing this solid nude base on all of the nails with the 1 bead method. So I will let you enjoy the rest of that, and then we will file and get onto the good stuff. Here's what the base is looking like, application only. Let's wipe them with alcohol to remove the sticky layer, then onto shaping and filing. I chose to hand file this set because the application came out pretty good. I have a really helpful older tutorial on how to hand file polygel nails, whether your application comes out smooth or not, but I can definitely do an updated one if anyone is interested. Just drop it down in the comments and I can do that for you. As you can see, I'm still brushing in between each step just because it's a good habit to get into. Now I'm using my e-file to seal the cuticle with a 5-in-1 drill bit. My speed is about 7,000 or 8,000 RPMs, and I'm just going along the cuticle to seal it in. That helps to prevent lifting and to make the nail look flushed, so when it grows out it looks really natural. To finish off, I use a buffer block to buff and smooth the nail before I start painting. I also use some alcohol in my dust brush to clean up the surface to make sure that the design process is completely smooth. The inspo credit for today's set is from Nails by Katie. I'm loving this orange set, so we're going to start off with some Frenchies. The products I'm using will be off to the side. I'm doing the A method to create this Frenchie, which is to make 2 lines that meet at the tip of the nail and then to make a horizontal line where you want your smile line to be, and you just curve those corners and fill the nail in. I'm going to do the same thing on my middle finger as well. For the thumb, I'll be covering the entire nail with this beautiful orange color. We're going to be doing a bunch of airbrush designs, so I'm mixing up my white and doing an aura design on my thumb. And the other nails are going to get an orange airbrush. Some of the nails are going to get the tip airbrush to make an ombre, and some of them are going to get an aura. Here's what they're looking like, and we're going to start doing some detail work with some line drawing. For the thumb, I'm going around the perimeter of the nail. I like to start off doing the sides first and connecting them at the tip, and then going down to the cuticle area and doing one side at a time. My pointer finger was my favorite, but also the most difficult. So I'm drawing some lines on the side. I'm not going all the way to the tip. I'm doing a horizontal line as well. And then I'm going to start curving those corners above the line and below the line to create this really fun Frenchie where there's this circle cut out at the top. For the middle finger, we're doing another outline, but this is only over the French. So I'm going around the entire nail, and then I'm also drawing a line on the Frenchy smile line. The ring finger is just like the thumb, just doing the same method to draw an outline on the perimeter of the nail. And for the pinky, we're doing a tiger design, so I'm drawing some like zebra lines. This is my first set doing these zebra lines, but they actually weren't as difficult as I thought they would be. I just did a variation of some squiggle lines that have a thicker middle and a pointier end, if that makes sense. And I even connected some of them, just tried to make sure that they were very irregular, and it ended up turning out really good. Here's what they're looking like before the finer details. We're going to add some tiny stars in the center of the aura nail, so that's the ring finger and the thumb, and this is when the look really starts to come together. I'm gonna grab one of these larger gold beads from this little flower set and go over my pointer finger with some top coat and some rhinestone gel right in the center of that black line. Once I perfect the placement of the gold bead, I cured that separately, and then I went in with some top coat on the rest of the nails. They are looking so good. We're just gonna do some cuticle oil now, and then I will model these for you guys. And there we have it, the final look. I hope you're just as obsessed with this design as I am, and I hope you had fun following along. The orange screams fall to me, and the nail art just takes it to a whole new level. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe to stay in the loop for all things nails. I've got plenty more videos coming your way. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!